Hello, I am Neeraj. Today I will try to explain the XGBoost full classification. So let us start with the basic intuition behind the boosting algorithms. Otherwise, the entire description will be too boring. So to understand the boosting concept, try to consider that you have a golf ground with goalpost here, and a person at this place start moving the ball. So in the first round, it moves. Suppose this is starting position. This is a goal. It moves it at x1. Again, it maps that he will reach the goal, and it reaches here like another position x2. And finally, again it fires a shots and it reaches here like x3. And finally, it takes a back shot and it reaches the goal. So this is the way in a multiple iterations he reached the goal. Suppose understand that he is not a very good golfer and reached the goal directly in a single shot. So we can map the entire scenario through the process of reaching our global minima. So suppose this is our global minima position, then this is the starting point. So we can map the entire process like that. In the first shot, golfer reached with ball at this position. In the second shot, he reached at this position. In third shot, he reached at this position. And in fourth shot, he finally reached the goal. But it is not always necessary that in the real world scenario with boosting algorithm you will always reach the global minima. You will be near to the global minima, but you will get the accurate solution. So now try to map the entire scenario with the boosting algorithm to achieve the same kind of process to reach the global minima or to reach our perfect classification, maybe near to perfect classifications. We try to construct so many trees like T1, T2, T3. Maybe depends upon some like Tn. The entire number of trees or the total number of trees will depends upon the some pre-assumptions or analysis of data. Now how to achieve the boosting algorithm? To achieve the boosting algorithm, we take the sigmoid and consider some previous probability from where we start. So suppose this is a 0, and after that we take a tree and we suppose we have a test data like this, then we pass this test data to the tree and it will give some value. Then we take the learning rate and pass the value that is obtained from this tree here. Again, this is like from here we have started from first tree. After passing the data, we reach at this point. Again, we apply the learning rate and pass the same set of test data to the second tree, and suppose we get some value and we continue like that. Now, suppose the entire data is represented as x, entire outcome is represented as x, then we can compute it like 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power minus x. Then you will get value something between 0 to 1. And we can reduce this value like if it is greater than 0.5, we can say that it is a class yes or class level 1. Otherwise, we consider it as a class no or second class. So this is the process that the same intuitions that we achieve through the preparations of several different trees. Now, all the different variations of boostings like ADA boost, gradient boost that I have covered in previous tutorial, and XGBoost, the way you construct the tree makes all those changes. For example, in the ADA boost, we use generally stump. That is a one level tree. In case of gradient boosting, as I discussed in the previous tutorial, we generally prepare the decision trees. So we prepare multiple decision trees, and in the case of XGBoost, we prepare a slightly different kind of tree to achieve the same thing. But for all the gradient boostings or all the boostings technique, the main intuition is to reach to the goal, or you have to achieve the accurate classes or near to optimal class values for classification and regression. So here, as we are considering the classification only, so I am discussing about the entire classifications. In the previous tutorial, I have explained that how to construct the trees for gradient boosting. But in this tutorial, I will try to explain how we can construct the trees for XGBoost and use it in classification. For regression purpose, the construction of tree will be different. So let us start constructing the tree for XGBoost algorithm. To construct the tree, I have taken a very simple data set. This data set is same that I have used in gradient boosting for classification. So this data set contains age, income, credit ratings, class. So age divided into three groups: less than or equal to 30 years, from 31 to 40 years, and greater than 40 years. Similarly, income is divided into three categories: high, low, and medium. And credit ratings just divided into two categories: fair and excellent. And for class, our classification just contains two classes: no and yes. No means person is not buying laptop, and yes means yes, person is buying laptop. So now we will go and build the tree. For XGBoost tree constructions, we generally start with these steps. So before construction of the tree, we will take some starting probability. We can take anything as a starting probability, but 0.5 is considered as a default value for starting. If you take the higher values at the earlier stage, then you may face some issues in tree constructions. So just for the simplicity, I have considered 0.5 as a starting probability. So we just record our starting probability at 0.5. We will use it later in our calculations. So now, after getting the starting probability, the next step is to calculate the residuals for all the records of your training data. So how to calculate the residuals? As you know, here we have two classes, no and yes. So we may assume that if class is no, we consider it 0, and if class is yes, we consider it as 1. So for class no, the way to compute the residuals will be like 0 minus starting probability, that is 0.5, and it will be equal to minus 0.5. And for all classes with yes, it will be equal to 1 minus 0.5, and it will be equal to 0.5. So now for first record, as the class level is n, so it will be minus 0.5, again it will be minus 0.5, and for class level y, it is 0.5. So you can repeat the same computation here, and again here for class level no, it will be minus 0.5. Now we use this age, income, credit rating, and residual 1 in the preparation of trees for gradient boosting. Now other important thing in the constructions of XGBoost tree is we will use only binary split. Based on all features. For example, if we take the feature age, then what may be the binary split? First binary split may be like, because we have three different age categories, you can take a simple data and based on some similarities or something or some assumptions, you can define the age categories also. So here we have three age categories. So in the first split, we can take all age group less than 30 or equal to 30 in the left side, and all two others 31 to 40 and greater than 40 on the right side. So if you take such kind of split, then the corresponding residuals will be like this, minus 0.5, minus 0.5 will go here and 0.5 will come here. Similarly for 31 to 40, these three residuals and these three residuals will come here. So these are the split. And root, our root is the split in the given order, same order that you can see here. However, you may or may not maintain that order, but for all those split, try to maintain that these relations like age less than or equal to 30 or these relations will satisfy when you collect all the residuals. So what are the process to justify that this split is correct or some other split may be correct? For example, instead of just this division, we take two different conditions like age less than or equal to 30, this category and this category on the left side and last category on the right side for the age. So once you take these two categories on the right left side, all those residuals will come here, and for this category all these residuals will come here. So now we have to justify that if we take age, then what may be the maximum gain we will get, which split is better. To identify those things, we use two different things. First, we calculate the splitting similarity weight, and next phase is to identify the gain. And when the gain is maximum, then we consider it as a test split. For example, for age we have two different split. We will calculate the gain. If the gain is better or highest for this split, then we will not consider this split. We will check for another feature, we will check for another feature, and then we will identify that for which feature and for which split, binary split, the gain is the highest. That will be our first split of the tree. Now try to understand the similarity weight. In the similarity weight, it is a square of summation of all residuals that will come on that side of leaf divided by summation of previous probabilities into 1 minus previous probabilities plus lambda. This lambda is actually regularization constants. Why we use this regularization constant? Because when you apply some value at this regularization constant, it will reduce the similarity and it will help you in pruning the tree and in a several different ways that we will explain later. So first of all, and the next phase is to identify the maximum gain of split. For the gain, we need three similarity weight. First is similarity weight due to left child, similarity weight due to right child, and similarity weight due to root. So root is actually the collection of our all residuals. So how to compute all those similarity weights? So let us start the computation of similarity weights. Now start with the calculation of similarity weight for root. So how to compute the similarity weight for root? So the similarity weight for root can be computed as sum of all residuals like minus 0.5 plus minus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus whole square divided by summation of previous probability into 1 minus previous probabilities for all these residuals. You have to compute for all these residuals. But as we consider the previous probability for all residuals is equal to 0.5. So it will be like 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5 plus for second residuals it will be again 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5, and similarly for all those residuals we will compute the product of previous probabilities into 1 minus previous probability, and once we compute as I have computed you will get value something like 1.0. So we can note the value of previous probability for the root node, value of similarity weight for root node as 1.0. We will use it in the later computations. So now the next part is to identify the similarity weight for these two leaf nodes. So the similarity weight for this leaf node, we considered it, suppose it is a left tree node. So similarity weight for left tree leaf node is equal to minus 0.5 minus 0.5 plus 0.5 whole square. Again we will take the residuals. This is 0.5 into, again we will take the product of previous probabilities and 1 minus previous probabilities for each of those residuals. So we have 0.5 as a previous probability, so it will be equal to 1 minus 0.5 plus 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5 plus 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5 plus lambda, that is our regularization constant. For simplicity we are considering regularization constant as a 0. You can take, or when we use fine tuning of the algorithm, we set some regularizations by using grid search to get the better results of tree splitting. So once you solve, you will get value. I have computed. You will get value something like 0.33. So we consider it like 0.3. So here your similarity weight will be equal to 0.3. Similarly, when you calculate similarity weight for right child or right tree leaf node, you have to do the same computation again, but here you will have total 6, like 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 minus 0.5 whole square divided by 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5. You have to compute this part for the denominator for each of those residuals on the leaf node. So this is the sum of residuals whole square divided by. Now for these residuals it will again 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5 plus for this residual it will be again 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5, and you will have to compute the 6 such kind of things. 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5. So once you solve, you will get a value something like 2.66667. So you can take it like 2.7. So here we take the similarity weight equal to 2.7. Now to identify that how much gain we got by using this kind of splits, for this we will use this fourth step to identify the gain that we achieved from this split. So what is the gain that we achieved from this split? The gain actually that we achieved is equal to similarity weight that we achieved through left child, that is equal to 0.3, plus similarity weight that we achieved through right child, that is equal to 2.7, minus the similarity weight of the root, that is 1.0. So once you solve, you will get value something 2.0. So for split 1, the gain equal to (2.0). Now we will compute the gain for this split also, second split also. So what may be the gain for the second split? So take it as exercise, and for here you have 6 residuals on the left side, leaf, and 3 residuals on the right side of the leaf. So once you compute, you will get similarity weight for left child or left tree. You will get similarity weight something like 0.6667. So you may consider it like 0.7. And for this side, similarity weight you will get for right child or right subtree, you will get something around 0.33, so on. So you consider it as a 0.3. And for root, we already have similarity weight equal to 1. So what is the gain from this tree? So here gain equal to similarity weight achieved through left child plus similarity weight achieved through right child minus similarity weight of root. So it is equal to 0.7 similarity weight achieved through left child plus similarity weight achieved through right child 0.3 minus similarity weight of root, so equal to 0. Now if you compare the gain from that we had from first split correspondent to split 2, then we find that with split 2 we are not getting better gain compared to split 1, so we will not use this split. Now we will compare this split with other features split. How? So other features split may be like through income or through credit rating. So how we can get the other features splits? So other features splits may be like, we can start with income, or we can suppose we start with credit rating. So when you start with credit rating as a root, then you will have 2 splits, excellent and fair. When you take the excellent, all the residuals related to excellence will come here, So how many residuals will go here? For excellence, it is minus 0.5. Another excellent is 0.5. Another excellent is 0.5 and minus 0.5. And for fair, you have minus 0.5, first one, and again 0.5, and here you have three residuals, 0.5, 0.5 and 0.5 for all pairs. So the similar way we will compute the similarity weight for left child or left subtree. Once you compute by taking this, because here you will think that minus 0.5 and plus 0.5 plus 0.5, so it will cancel out each other, it will be equal to 0. And similarity weight for right child or right subtree, it will be equal to, once you compute by using the same scheme that I have described through for age, once you compute, you will get something 1.8. So what may be the gain? Gain equal to similarity weight achieved through left subtree, similarity weight achieved through right subtree minus similarity weight of root. So left subtree 0, right subtree 1.8, for root it is 1.0. So you have just 0.8. It is less than this gain. So we will cancel out, we will not use this feature as a first split. So now the next feature which are left for the split or candidate for first split is income. Again for income, you may have two possible binary splits like income. You can consider it because it has three categories: high, low and medium. So you can consider it like high on the left side and medium plus low on the right side of the tree. Once you consider high on the left side of the tree, you will get value minus 0.5 for this high residual, minus 0.5 for next high, and 0.5 for this. And again you may get for the rest of them you will get all the results, medium and low. So low is 0.5, low is 0.5, medium is 0.5. So one low is minus 0.5. So it will be equal to 0.5. Yeah, once you see this two, age and income with this split, you will get almost similar residuals. So once you compute the similarity weight for left subtree, you will get almost same similarity weight like 0.3, and similarity weight for right subtree, this is equivalent similar to this, so we will get around 2.7. Here again you will get the gain as similarity weight achieved through left subtree plus similarity weight achieved through right subtree minus similarity weight of root. So 0.3 plus 2.7 minus 1.0 equal to 2. So you are getting the same similarity weight. So this is our second candidate with a split 1. having same gain equal to 2.0. Now one more candidates left. What is the next candidate? If we consider income and we take high plus medium on one side and low on the other side, then what you will get? For high, you will have same minus 0.5, minus 0.5, 0.5, and for medium, you have just two medium records here and here with 0.5. So total 5 residuals on this side, and on the left side you will have for low income 1, 2, 3, 4 residuals, and these are so now we will apply the same strategy to compute the similarity weight, like sum of residuals square and then summation of previous probability into 1 minus previous probability plus regularization that we always consider at a 0. So we are not considering the entire calculation. So in that case you will get similarity weight for left subtree equal to, I have computed because repetition of the same computations will take a lot of time for explanation. So once I had computed, I got so it will be something like you will get around 0.3, and for similarity weight for right tree you may get something around 1.0. So the gain will be equal to similarity weight achieved through left subtree plus similarity weight achieved through right subtree minus similarity weight of root. It is equal to 0.3 plus 1 minus 1.0, because this is similarity weight of root, so you will get 0.3. Now again the gain is too low, so we will not use it. So after all the possible splits and related gain that we analyze, we identify that there is a competition between these two binary splits. First is age and second is income. Now randomly if I select the age and reduce it, remove it, the other way to consider or select in that case maybe depends upon the cover, or maybe depends upon some other thresholdings that we got through regularization constants. So here for simplicity I am covering that our first split will be equal to like this. So now let us go through the second split.